Welcome in, one and all. We're just going to check that we are, of course, recording as per always nowadays. We do not want to miss any vital KEW action. Of course, we're definitely there. We can see indeed this is going to be something of a decent weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Strap in and get yourselves ready for this one. We'll, of course, break down all the action that happened in the last main pay-per-view, but here you can see going for a handshake early doors. Good sportsmanship there from the torpedo pulls his hand away, and you can see the Budget Magician wound up by that one well and truly. These two, a little bit of history. We'll get into that before going on to the main pay-per-view and the fallout from that, as the Budget Magician flying with the elbow, clearly wound up there by the torpedo and his antics. Of course, the torpedo has a bit of history here with the Budget Magician. The Budget Magician was definitely eyeballing his lady in the corner while she was a special guest referee during his entrance, and of course during the match he seemed to be giving her some sort of special attention here. The torpedo didn't like the way he was looking at her and has decided that he wanted a match in the ring. That's led us to where we are now, and you can see the disrespect early doors from the torpedo, which really wound up the Budget Magician, which does not look like a smart move so far from the torpedo. Torpedo, of course, part of the tag team champions, having successfully defended at the last main pay-per-view. What a transition, I hear you say, as we get into discussion the action from there, which I'm sure will come across for the rest of the evening as well, reminding everyone of the thrilling events that took place in that one. But we had, of course, the first match of that evening, the tag team titles on the line, the Coven, who we'll see later this evening in action, taking on the Misfits. And they did, of course, lose the tag team title match to the Torpedo and the Man Crusher at the main pay-per-view. It proved one match too many, though, for the Man Crusher, who went on later that evening to unsuccessfully defend the KEW title, losing it to the Assassin, who's not in action this evening. But we do have a potential number one contenders match coming up later for you, which we'll see Atomic Andy taking on the Tange. I'm sure Andy will not want to waste this opportunity to have a number one contender spot ripped away from him, much as the same way as the Budget Magician will look to put things away here. A big elbow off the top ropes there, missing it wildly though, and now the torpedo off the ropes. A crossbody drives the Budget Magician down to the ground. As we mentioned, of course, we have a few updates as well from some of the other matches during that one. We'll start with our updates as they are. We have the match, of course, it was the Hardcore Championship match, seeing James the Cat take on the BFG. The BFG sustaining some injuries from that, only a few soft tissue issues as the Budget Magician goes for a cover, a few bruises and welts and what have you. And the ladies, of course, in the front row are a little disappointed they're not getting to see their favourite gigantic human being, but they will, of course, know that he'll be back in due course to defend his Hardcore Championship in the upcoming weeks in the KEW, I dare say. Big jump off the top rope there. Looked like he missed it completely, though. The torpedo simply turned out of the way, Samoan Joe style. And I thought it might have been a switch in momentum, but no such joy for the torpedo. Oh, package drive there into the cover. Slow down with the referee too. Oh, I thought that might have been the 3 count there. And it would be a early exit for the torpedo, who's not got going, considering he's meant to be fighting for his lady, if he likes. This is the way he chose to describe this match, as he wanted to take out some of the aggressions. It's looking here like the Budget Magician's the man that maybe the Man Crusher could see herself partnering with in the future here, ladies and gentlemen. Although he's come out very angry, not something he potentially wanted a future partner, is someone who's very angry and aggressive, not someone who's cool, calm and collected like the torpedo. Rolls out of that there, and there you go. Look at the maneuverability on show from the torpedo there, using his core muscles. Maybe that's part of the thing that attracts the Man Crusher as well to the torpedo. It's the very toned little body that he has. And out of nowhere, Rapido driver goes for the cover. 1, 2. No, gets the shoulder up at the last minute. There's a Budget Magician. The torpedo hasn't taken on a lot of damage here, and now he might look to put the Budget Magician away with a torpedo driver in the ring. Has hold of him from behind. No, nasty fisherman's front flip there, right onto the face. Has him in the corner. Looks like he's going to reposition him so he can't get the rope break. He's taken an awful long time about this though. Maybe the Budget Magicians are heavier than he realised. A lot of weight packed under that budget suit too. And gets the shoulder up at the last second. The torpedo getting a measure of damage in here. We have a Of course, the little update that I didn't finish with the hardcore division as well. Not only was the BFG left battered and bruised from that one, but of course James the Cat suffered significant damage, having the 600-pound man of the frame that is the BFG crushing him from every angle. James the Cat with broken ribs left, right and centre. But oh, the torpedo was putting it on the line here. Diving Hurricanrana there. The Budget Magician I thought might catch him out in time, didn't quite. But yeah, broken ribs for James the Cat. He'll be out of action for a little while now in the KEW, and I'm sure he will not be happy that he's sustained yet another injury that has derailed a career that was on the upward momentum. He will be very, very disappointed with that, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you. And then, of course, we have the other two horrific matches from the evening. We saw the Tench taking on the Shinigami, and gets hold of him here, swings him over, little torpedoes, DDT there, goes for the cover, 2, 3, puts him away. The Budget Magician in the end, no challenge for the torpedo, a nice little swinging DDT, put him to bed for the evening, and he looks happy and pleased with that one. Just a sinewy little man. Has the arm behind the back as well. He is ready and raring and focused. And you can see he looks happy that he's able to defend his ladies' honour in the ring there. Gets a good win for him. He is, of course, one half of the tag team champions now, and seems to be trying to demand a bit more respect from the KEW fans. We'll have to see if the Budget Magician will want any recompense, or whether he will have to give himself a serious talking to. He came out far too aggressive in that one. Far too aggressive. Wound up by the slap away of the handshake from the torpedo. He wasn't ready to shake his hand. He was ready just to inflict the punishment, it seemed. And he gets the victory there, and we'll move on to our hardcore fatal four-way here. This one will be for the #1 contender spot for the hardcore championship. All on the line really here. There's 4 competitors, a couple of whom we've not really seen go for the hardcore belt before. The Cyclops being one of those. He, of course, sustained the injury really early on in the KEW, fought his way back, got back for the last main pay-per-view, but obviously didn't feature in that. Had a few tag matches beforehand, but the Men of Science couldn't get it together enough to be the #1 contenders for the tag team titles. They were, of course, knocked off by the Coven. And we'll see the Coven in action next up, I believe, as they will take on the Misfits for what could be a #1 contender spot in the tag division in the future. #1 contender spot matches left, right and centre here then, ladies and gentlemen, as he slides back in the ring as the Cyclops ready and raring to go here. It'd be a good opportunity for him to potentially get another title opportunity after being a KEW champion in the past. He will know that this is a cracking opportunity to rebuild his career. He's not looked quite as explosive since the surgery. You have to wonder how much of an impact that injury has had on the Cyclops and his KEW career, ladies and gentlemen. And here's a man that he knows all too well, the Ploughman, his former tag partner as part of the Teachers Union, and ended up falling out of him when the Coven came in and took over. And now the Ploughman serves as the lead attack dog for the Coven. Not been unleashed in the hardcore division before, but seeing the failings of the Tarantula and Miss Tash in this division, she sent her #1 attack dog out to go and compete here. Of course, the rest of the Coven will be in action coming up next. We will see how they get on without their lead attack dog. That will be an interesting one to see if they can get the victory nevertheless. The Ploughman will know, though, he won't want to disappoint his dark mistress, and he will know that this is a great opportunity. Win here and you're 1 win away from the KEW's Hardcore Championship. The BFG is a hard man to beat, but he is a tricky athlete, the Ploughman. He is one man who will battle and defend the belt, and will battle for it. If he's given the opportunity, I think he might be able to knock off the BFG. He's got to get there, though, and a fatal four-way with this man is always a dangerous thing. He loves fatal four-ways. He loves the hardcore division. He tried to step out of it, but has slumped back down the KEW power rankings, back to be in the hardcore division. We've seen him low blow his way through the division, and of course he is the man who has the most beef in history with the BFG in the hardcore rankings as well, of course, being in the title championship match last time around with the, not last time around, sorry, at the previous main pay-per-view, not the one just gone, the Monster Mash, the Trouble in Tangetown pay-per-view. He, of course, lost the Hardcore Championship match there. The Assassin lost the belt. The Assassin gone from strength to strength, really, though. Given up on the Hardcore division, focused on the main division, and lost the tag team titles with Big Bird, but has since then pushed forward and got himself a KEW Championship. As we have our last entrance for this evening then for this one. And it will be the Mystery Man again, who's tried to get going in the Hardcore division a couple of times and has failed to impress, really. We'll have to see if here he can get a bit of luck in these Fatal 4-Ways. That's all it takes sometimes, a bit of luck, a bit of fortune, and it could be your time to shine in the KEW. We'll have to see here then if he can get the victory. I do fear, though, if he was the one who did get the victory, that he may just get squashed by the BFG. He is a slender-framed man, and he may just be absolutely crushed by the BFG. We'll focus on the action here. When we come to the tag division, we'll give you the remaining updates from the previous pay-per-view. This will be a fast and frantic one, I feel. The tag division may be a little slower, and we may have a bit more time to talk through things that have happened and the things that have come out. I'm sure if you've been across the social medias, you'll know in the KEW what's been going on. But for anyone who hasn't, we will give them the updates. Do not worry, they are coming later this evening, as we have two lockups immediately, seeing King Daddy and the Spyclops, and a big suplex there drives the Mystery down to the ground from the Plowman. He's going for another one. It looks like spins him over and lifts him up in the sit-down suplex. And there, went for the running snare. Looked like he was going for a running net breaker there. The Spyclops on the Plowman, targeting his former nemesis, of course, and missed it completely. I'm surprised he didn't target him immediately out of the gates, and he's allowed the Plowman to get a bit of momentum here. But now the power on display from the Spyclops as they lift him up and takes him to the ropes and drops him, choking him on the top ropes there. Into the corner goes the Mystery, and now King Daddy, those furious blows. Is that right hand you've got to watch of his. He's, of course, has plenty of time playing with his right hand. He will know that that's his powerful, dominant muscles. Now, swinging neckbreaker there from the Spyclops, and immediately comes a table from the Mystery straight to the back of the Plowman and throws it on his face on the floor. That's not quite how you meant to use a table, Mr. Mystery, but he is a mysterious customer, of course, and down goes King Daddy, and he runs in and looked like he was going for a low blow there, sliding in and trying to catch him below the belt, but he caught him square in the knee instead, maybe trying to wipe the knee out of the Spyclops. We do know that that is a surgically repaired knee, and if he can target the knees here, the Mystery, that might be his best way to taking out. And again, look at that, going for the knee, wiping out the knee of King Daddy. He's practicing for the next time he sees the Spyclops in his back turn. He rolls out of the ring now, and the Spyclops, he's just resting on the ropes as King Daddy bounced into the corner, and then off that top of that hockey stick, it looked like he might have caught him awkwardly, and now it looks like the Plowman's going for the same right. Just on top of the hockey stick again from the Spyclops. A little kick to the guts as well. Not on top of the hockey stick. The DDT on the hockey stick, and a flying neckbreaker from the Mystery. Frantic action as promised here, ladies and gentlemen, as the Plowman's going under the ring. He's got what looks like a stop sign there. It looks like he's going to run round and deliver it to the face of the Spyclops here, and it does just that. There you go. Says, see you later, Sunshine. Stop right there. Thank you very much. On top of the face he goes. Into the ring goes the Spyclops now. There goes a hockey stick from the cheeky King Daddy, who's going for the cover here. Broken up by the Plowman pretty swiftly as the ladder's rolled into the ring from the Mystery. A Russian leg sweep there. That was dangerously close to the ladder, and I think King Daddy might have clipped his head on it. Smartly rolls out of the ring for a breather as a swinging neckbreaker on the ladder. The back of the Plowman, the back of the Spyclops right on top of the ladder there. You can see he doesn't feel like he's taking much damage from it now. No, charges across the ring. A charging forearm knocks down both the Mystery and the Plowman. King Daddy's back up from his suspected concussion and into the corner. Goes with a big knee strike there. Now working the arm of the Mystery. As the Plowman back up here. Furious shots into
The Cyclops' face, rolls him up, and a running sit-down powerbomb goes for the cover as well. King Daddy's seen it and breaks it up at the last minute whilst the Mystery crawls out of the ring to get a breather from the assault there. And oh, the hockey stick, I thought it was going to be delivered to the face of the Plowman there, but he breaks it up at the last minute, getting him off of his hand. And you can see it looks like on the outside the Cyclops is getting locked and loaded. A big backdrop there, again narrowly close to that ladder, almost destroying the spine of the Plowman there. He's already been onto the ladder, and you can see the Cyclops has a chair. Oh, he launches it into the Plowman, and again there's a big suplex there from the Mystery here, and he's on the floor, he's ready, and oh, went for the big punch but missed it completely. He looked like he was going to punch his block off, but the Mystery gets in the way, breaks it up, and a reverse brainbuster there, and now a camel clutch it looked like from the Mystery, trying to get a tap submission win. Furious chops from King Daddy onto the Mystery, a right, a left, a kick, and he has him now in his grasp as the Cyclops gets a knee to the face. Down goes the Mystery with a big punch as well, and a big kick from the Plowman drives King Daddy down, and now we have the two main arch nemesis in this match in the ring together, going at one another. The Cyclops rolls around and rolls up right on top of the steel chair with a sit down powerbomb to the Plowman, goes for the cover, gets a 2 count there as the Mystery rolls back into the ring. King Daddy using the chaos to pull out a guitar, is ready for some Irish folk music. Who's going to be getting it? Oh, he gets a hockey stick to the face instead. Now the kick to the head, he's going for a pedigree right on next to the guitar, and the chair shot from the Mystery. Is this going to be the Mystery's chance? Can he pin King Daddy? He's taking an age about it, and King Daddy slow back to his feet. The Mystery claws his back as he's slow and he's stumbling around. The Mystery has hold of him. Oh, the mysterious backdrop there, goes for the cover as well. The Plowman's on the outside, and the Cyclops in and breaks it up. King Daddy doesn't like he knows what day of the week it is, though. There's a lot of ordnance in the ring here, and there goes that stop sign across the face of the the Cyclops again, and now into the Plowman's face. Although it looked like he dodged out the way of it, I think the Mystery might have got the worst of it, and now the Cyclops catches a big Samoan drive there from the Cyclops, and a broken up pinfall as well. Saw the Plowman in the corner of his eye, and the Plowman now doing some damage, gets the kick to the guts. Thought he was going to go for the stomp then, trying to take out what was left of the Mystery. I mean, King Daddy's really the one you've got to watch out for. It's going to be a mysterious neck breaker. It is right on top of the ladder. Now surely the Mystery only has to go for the cover. Is anyone going to recover in time? The Cyclops rolls into the ring. We're on a 1 count, 2, and 3. No one could break it up in time. The Mystery has done it. He's going to be our #1 contender for the hardcore belt. Well, I'm sure the Misfits will be happy about that. They'll be congratulating him backstage, but goodness gracious me, King Daddy, an absolute demolition job. Maybe this is the fall of King Daddy. He came hot into the KEW, had numerous title chances, couldn't take any of them, and that man there who's waited his time, and now his time may have come, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to see if he can defeat the BFG who has almost like 500 odd pounds on him in weight, and goodness, that'll be a real mismatch there, ladies and gentlemen. We'll move to our tag team match for this evening, and as we've been teasing it all evening long, this probably is a #1 contenders match, with the fact that the Men of Science are yet to get going really in the tag division. Of course, the Falcon and the Eagle will be on a little bit of a hiatus. The CEO has come out on social media as well and said that he's going to try and take a bit of a step back from the KEW action as much as he can. It's a young man's game, and he's been struggling for form in the KEW. He feels that maybe this is the time that he's going to look to finish his KEW career. He'll of course be part of the active roster until the end of the season, but he's putting us on hiatus that maybe this will be his swan song, and that means that the Assassin's going to have to focus on his own singles career for now, ladies and gentlemen. And the tag team division has been blown wide open by the news, really. And these two gentlemen will know, if they can get some form going in the KEW, that they could be the premier athletes. They could be the dominant tag team. They will have to dethrone, of course, the Man Crusher and the Torpedo, who are looking in good form. The Torpedo, we saw earlier, of course, took a lot of damage in that one, and still came out and got the victory. He's a man who can take a beating, it seems, and still keep coming. And now we've got one of the longest entrances in the KEW. We'll take this opportunity to give you our other update from this evening then, ladies and gentlemen, from the main pay-per-view, The Fallout. And that is, of course, from the ambulance match that saw Mark take on Benji. It was a hellish affair. And we, of course, saw Mark shove Benji in the back of the ambulance eventually.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 372 pounds.
Charles let the commentator talk there, not the commentator, the announcer. Didn't want to talk over him as the Coven make their way to the ring. You don't want to talk over the Coven. Look at them, they're focused and mean. You see Miss Tarantula pulling the rocking chair. She will be competing with Miss Kasuja in this one, we've been told. And the updates we have from the Benji and Mark match is, of course, Benji carted off in the ambulance. It was not a pretty affair. It was not a pretty match. Benji was delivered an absolute demolition job. He, of course, had his own measure of strikes in that one. We saw Mark career off the top of the ambulance, Benji off the top of the ambulance, both men delivering chair shots left, right and centre. Mark the more vicious with those chairs, of course. He said he wanted to finish Benji's career, and we do have sad news to report, ladies and gentlemen. Benji will be out of the KEW indefinitely, it is currently stated. He has multiple broken ribs, fractured spine. We're not sure when we're going to see the Red Ranger again, ladies and gentlemen. The two-time KEW champion, his very KEW career may be called into question and threat from the assault of the Skeleton King. He said he wanted to finish Benji's career. He said he was done with Benji, and he's well and truly proved that to be the case. You have to wonder where his targets and his lights, his eyes will settle next in the KEW. There's many an athlete, of course, who he has some beef with. I'm sure he could have beef in an empty room, really, if he really wanted to. He's that type of personality. But we'll have to see if we ever see Benji again. Who knows? We are, of course, a month or two away from our next main pay-per-view, so he does have time to rest and recover, but it's a long way back, it looks like, for Benji from that onslaught that he suffered at the hands of Mark. And we'll just have to wait and see if he's able to recover and make his way back to the KEW at some point in the future. And here we can see immediately the Witchmother has started the faster of the two here. Big spinning kick there. Of course, the Coven lost the opportunities for the tag team titles at the Halloween pay-per-view, the Monster Mash. And Witchmother putting her faith in the Ploughman, who once again has let her down. We saw, of course, moments ago losing the Hardcore #1 Contenders match in that fatal four-way fashion, getting too hung up, too caught up with the Spyclops in that one. And it led to a loss of focus, allowing the Mystery to seal the victory there. I'm sure the Ploughman will not be particularly happy with that one. And you can see immediately here again the Witchmother's got to feel let down by her cohorts at the moment. She tagged in the Tarantula after having a bit of dominance early doors in the match, and the Tarantula chopped to the floor by the Yeti, and now running neckbreaker. Oh, the diving drop kick there right to the spine of the Tarantula. The issue that they may be having, the Coven, is they are a smaller tag team compared to some of the other larger tag athletes in this division. As you can see, the height differential between the Turkish Mountain and the Miss Tarantula here. She tried to scoop him up but unable to, and he's going with those big swinging low shots there right to the guts. Picks her up and slams her down now on the spine. She's quickly back to her feet, but I'm not so sure that's a wise move really. Onto the shoulders of the Mountain she goes now, but slides out the back door, if you like, at the last minute escape. There was too much oil on his back there, or too much sweat, as she splashes him out of the corner of a frog-like motion there, springboarding him around, or like some type of mule. Now climbing to the top corner. I wondered if she'd go for the tag, but she has no intentions of it. She diving elbows him from the outside, and you have to question if there was anything extra loaded in that sock there, as she appeared to deliver it square to the chops of the larger athlete. Back in the ring now, but the Mountain's up quickly from that one. Under he goes now and picks her up here, and oh, a massive spine buster there, and a big scream to the KEW faithful as he picks her back to her feet now, and she may be in a modicum of danger here. Into the corner she goes, picks her by the head, oh, and rams the head into the corner turnbuckle. And it's been all Turkish Mountain since he was tagged into this one. The Tarantula caught cold here. She is an athlete who hasn't had a lot of time in the KW recently. Gets the tag in to the Yeti. The choke in the corner now. And oh, the big kick from the Yeti. softening up again the tarantula in the corner. She has not been able to get out of the corner as a big German suplex is delivered and allowed to roll to the ropes now. The Yeti happy to let her get back to her feet momentarily before he can take advantage again. Oh, and is turfed to the outside. Now she's going to look to go after Big Dan there with a big punch and another hit to the face. And a drop kick drives him off the apron and down he goes. And I thought she might be trying to get the tag in at the last second there, but ran out of time as the Yeti recovered and gets back up and into the corner. And now she's on the assault with him there. Oh, driving the hand across the face, and again that socked hand. You have to question what she has inside the sock. We're not really sure. There might be a metal plate in there potentially, the way she's using it as a weapon, ramming it into his face. Rolls out of the ring now. Not quite sure why she did that. Maybe she just wanted a breather, or there was someone in the front row she wasn't happy with and was going over to have some questions with. Gets hold of him round the neck now. Oh, big shot to the back of the head there and a big punch from the Yeti, breaking up the assault of the tarantula. And he's got her wrapped up now on the floor. I did wonder if she might be able to go for some sort of submission like that. And oh, it looked like Miss Tarantula was saved at the last minute there by the Witch Mother. A slow recovery there as she gets out of it, and now going for the submission of her own, gives him these shots to the sides and flips him over in the surfboard stretch there. Those woodblock shoes right in the back of the calves. Manages to power his way out of it though. You have to think that maybe the damage was done. Gets the tag into the Witch Mother as the Yeti was caught with his back to a big boot there from the Witch Mother. Doesn't drop the Yeti quite though. Now she gets hold of him by the back of the head, taking him to the ropes. The referee almost getting in the way there. Witch Mother taking her time about this one, has him over the ropes. Oh, drags him into the top rope and drives him down onto the floor. You can see Big Dan wanted the cover, and here she might be going for her own version of the surfboard stretch, pulling in the back there. Oh, ramming the face into the floor. A nasty move from the Witch Mother. She looks way more focused than I've seen her in recent weeks in the KEW. We of course have seen the cover be right at the top of the tag team division. I did wonder if the Witch Mother would look to step aside and let one of her coven cohorts take the potential shot at being the two that win them the tag team glory, and if she looked to focus on the singles division, but she's really not looked to do that too much. She wants to be involved in all the action. She wants to be the reason they win the tag team division. And oh, jumps on top of the Yeti here and now has the headlock locked in, trying to put him to sleep, but he's got the blows here to battle his way back out of it and throws her down off of the top of him. Now gets hold of the Witch Mother and whips her into the corner, right next to the Turkish Mountain, just where she doesn't want to be, wrenching the arm over the top of the ropes, trying to weaken her so she can't get those submission moves in, and going for that same tactic again. It's a good tactic from the Yeti. Gives a little scream to the KW fans, gets the tag in here, and this might be the end of things for the Witch Mother. She's lifted onto the top of the apron here. Oh, and the axe handle right across the back. Down she slumps here. Vicious shot to the back. Up she goes, and this could be the end of things here, ladies and gentlemen. High above the arena, it's got to be at least 8-9 foot up, and at least 10 with a little press there. Drops a square on the face, and down she goes for the cover. The Turkish Mountain for the victory. Just a 2 count. The Witch Mother rolls the shoulder with a lazy kick out as he shows off the guns now to the KW fans, unaware that the Witch Mother appears to be trying to crawl for the tag. Gives her a little look, he's not concerned. He says, you tag whoever you want, and dives and gets the tag to the tarantula there, but it's immediately again the onslaught of the Turkish Mountain that's putting things to bed here. And big kick to the goal. No, not the kick to the guts. I thought I was coming in all, but the shoulder barge drives the tarantula down to the ground. She needs a break somewhere in this one. Oh, big spinning right fist there, almost like a discus punch to the face, or a disco punch to the face. Gets the tag in to the Yeti, and the Yeti might look to put this one away. We've not really seen much from the coven there. Almost booted the mask, if you like, off the tarantula's face, that spider-like implement that she has. There's a baseball bat on the outside. I can only but feel that Miss Tash must have got that out at some point, and now the tarantula going after the Yeti on the outside, gets hold of him. Oh, but he battles the elbow right in the face. Is Miss Tash going to look to get involved here? Tossed down towards the steps as the tarantula is after him and leaps over the steps here. And surely all the coven really need is a referee's distraction here, and that might be enough. Now over the thing goes in there. You can see Miss Tash getting involved, and oh, the Witch Mother with a massive headbutt there, resetting the count as the tarantula rolls out of the ring here, and it looks like maybe Miss Tash is going to weaken up the Yeti and then send him back into the ring. Doesn't quite manage to get hold of him. Oh, she's been ejected here, ladies and gentlemen. The referee says, get out of here, you're getting too involved. Miss Tash kicked out but it goes for the cover. Does the Yeti? A slow count here from the referee gave Miss Tarantula plenty of time to recover, and I think she might have accidentally saved her manager there. And you can see it looks like Big Dan's distracted by Miss Tash as well on the outside. Oh, German suplex there, tossing the Tarantula across the ring, and she's in a whole world of bother now, ladies and gentlemen. Back to her feet. She's brought here. The Yeti gets her between the legs, rolls her up. Massive powerbomb there, almost drove her through the bottom of the KEW ring, broken up by the Witch Mother, but that'll be the last time we'll see the Witch Mother in the ring unless the Tarantula can get a tag, and I fear that it may be the last time indeed. Lifts her onto the shoulder, Yeti driver, hooks the legs. 1, 2, 3, and there's the cover, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see the Misfits as our number 1 contenders. They'll meet up against their former tag team partner, of course, the Torpedo, part of the Misfits for many a week in the KEW, claimed the tag team champions as part of the group, although he didn't really do anything to win them the gold. It was those 2 men there, and they know if they can get those tag team titles around their waists again, they could be the dominant force in the tag division, with Nora a premier athlete really in that division anymore, with the safety men breaking up, and of course the Falcon and the Eagle put on the back burner until the CEO sees necessary to step back in and potentially save the career of his cohort in question. And we're to our last match for the evening then, ladies and gentlemen, and that'll see Atomic Andy taking on the Tange. And of course the Tange, it was in resplendent form in the casket match against the Shinigami at the main pay-per-view. Atomic Andy didn't manage to secure himself a match at the pay-per-view. Wasn't deemed high enough up the rankings to get one, and that saw him miss out. He will not want that to repeat himself again. He will be looking to become the number 1 contender here. And he of course has his fair share of beef with the Assassin as well. The pair of them have locked horns many a time in the tag division, and of course had the Spring Roll Derby early on in the KEW, which saw fireworks there. And Andy will know that this is a fantastic opportunity to get the victory. He split the tag team up to get nights like this, number 1 contenders matches, and push himself into the reckoning. He will know, of course, though, that the Tange is an athlete not to be messed with. They've locked horns in the past. They've had heated rivalries in the past, these two. As Andrew sought dominance in the singles division, but it's only ever led to failure at the hands of the Orange Man, making his way to the arena momentarily as the strobe lighting blinds the KEW fans. He of course knocked off the Shinigami in the casket match at the main pay-per-view. Looked resplendent in that one, delivering the Tanges to sleep. Tange knockout blows left, right and centre, putting the Shinigami in the coffin and then allowing him to be wheeled away and buried somewhere. We're not sure how long it will take the Shinigami to burst out of the coffin this time. Maybe it's every time he goes in it takes him less time to burst out, or maybe it's every time he goes in the longer it takes him to burst out. We'll have to see, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, last time around it was only a week or 2 and he was back in the KEW ready and raring to go. We'll have to wait and see how long it is before we see the Shinigami again, but the Tange won't care. He'll know he should be the number 1 contender, and this is basically a formality. He'll see it as beat Dandy, be the number 1 contender, take the title off of a weak Falcon, the weak Assassin, who is our KEW champion, and he's back on top of the KEW where he belongs. He'll be determined in this one as well. He won't have enjoyed the fact that both him and Benji are 2-time champions. He will want to be the standout athlete in the KEW. He will want the 3rd championship to say, I am the greatest champion of all. Nobody can stop me. And look at this, coming out immediately with a big suplex there. Looking to dominate Andy early doors, it appears, sending him over the top of the ropes. Big right fist there to his face. A few furious hits as well, and another one. He might look to break his spine early doors here. Lifts him high. The power on display from him as he drops what must be at least a 300-pound man square onto the edge of the apron, doing the damage to the spine. And you did feel Andy was going to have to try and come out of the gate strong and early here, and he's not done that so far. It is Tanj who has looked to exploit the switch-off nature of Atomic Andy. Now on the outside though, and Andy gets a boot up there and a little stomp over the top. That might be the switch and momentum he needs, but Tanj back on top again. Throws his man into the ring. Can Andy get up in time? Slow back to his feet, only to get a double drop kick right in the chops there from the Tanj, who, as we said, is looking in resplendent form. Is looking almost better in this period of form he's in now than he was when he won the KEW title for the second or first time really in the KEW. Is this the best rendition of the Tanj we have yet seen in the KEW? Time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. For now, he's got to not get too far ahead of himself and focus on the task at hand. We, of course, are allowed to speculate on the future, but the Tanj now driven into the mat by Atomic Andy. But if he does that in this one with a man like Andy in the ring, he will find himself wanting, and he will find that he is in all kinds of bother very swiftly. Dragged across the ring by the leg now and bounces the back off the floor. Big shot to the arm as well, to the wrist of the Tanj. It looked like there slowly picks Tanj back to his feet. You've got to wonder too though, this is of course coming only a few days after what was a pretty hellacious battle between the Tanj and the Shinigami at the main pay-per-view. And of course Atomic Andy had the chance to rest and recover whilst the Tanj was dealing with the onslaught of the demon and trying to get him in the casket. It was a battling performance from the Tanj, and you have to wonder how much that has taken out of his tank and if that will affect his performance here. Is Andy the fresher of the two athletes? Drops him backwards there. Tanj swiftly back to his feet. Maybe that's the breaking momentum that he needed. It looked like Andy was starting to take control of things in this one, but now Tanj gets that little fortunate bit there, but the referee broke the momentum up and he gets the neck breaker in, but Tanj sees it come in and manages to reverse fortunes only momentarily. Maybe not though. Gets the elbow blowing out of the corner there. An absolute explosive elbow out of the corner to get Andy off of him. You have to question here too. Big shot to the knee. How much Andy is distracted by other goings on. Has him up on the shoulders now. The power of the Tanj has the Atomic Andy up, and the Tanj to sleep there. Down goes Andy. Hooks the leg. Is Andy out cold? 1, 2. No, gets the shoulder up. It was a laboured shoulder, though, a late one if you like. Springs back to his feet, but only to get a right hook in there and flips him down to the ground. Now reverse Boston Crab, locked in on the big fella. He does, of course, have to saw back. But powers his way out of it. He is a powerful athlete, of course, and Tanj will have to be careful now. Onto the shoulder and a big scoop slam there, slamming him down to the ground. And we did say we'd have to wonder how much Andy would be distracted here. Big falling slam there. Atomic Drive goes for the cover. He's of course the brother of Benji, and Benji in the hospital long term with all the injuries that the Skeleton King did to him. Andy's not been one to focus on that particularly too much. He's never seen too many people that distracted him in the KEW. Of course, he took out his former tag team partner to get the shot at the Elimination Chamber. He is a man who doesn't let other things generally distract him. He's very focused and can be very single-minded at times in the KEW. Of course, being part of the tag division, he was joint in the ventures there. But when he was in the Elimination Chamber with Benji, it did look like he didn't give two stuffs about who he was related to. He was just in there to win the title as Tanj drives him into the steps. Now climbs back in the ring. I'm sure the Tanj will of course be happy that Benji is out for some significant time here in the KEW. And the Tanj might get a count out victory up here, up to a 6. And you have to wonder, is Andy going to get up? He looks like he may have permanent damage done to his ribs as well. Back to his feet he gets. Maybe him and his brother can have a ribs match in the hospital. Slides in under the ring as Tanj comes out of the corner a bit slow and cold there. He was resting in the corner and Andy caught him last minute. I don't think Tanj was expecting him to slide in on his belly quite like he did. Big suplex, goes for the cover. Only a 1 count there though. Tanj rolls the shoulder. It's an early roll, but it looked like a slow and laboured one if you ask me. Big shot to Tanj's face there, and another one to the back of the head from Atomic Andy. A big boot there, right to the face of Andy, and a big clothesline, and now he's feeling it again. Tanj, up he goes, and there goes the big snapping side slam there, and the Tanj beating the floor. We've seen this before. We saw the Shinigami suffer it. Oh, nobody catches him halfway through, lifts him up, oh, and slams him down. Almost an atomic drive there from Atomic Andy. Gets him back to his feet, but Tanj whips the feet away at the last minute. Both men putting it all on the show here as Atomic Andy slow back onto the ropes here, and Tanj charging over and shoulder charges him down a la Stampy the Elephant from The Simpsons. Down goes the Atomic Andy on the outside. Tanj to the top rope here and then thinks better of it, rolls out underneath the ring here. And last Andy's catching his breath, gets a DDT into the matting on the outside, and Tanj must be saying to him, get ready to stay down permanently. It's not just going to be a Tanj to sleep you have to worry about, it's going to be a Tanj knockout any minute now. Rolls the head sideways and stomps on the face. Picks Atomic Andy up back to his feet now, gets him on the shoulders, and it's just going to be another Tanj to sleep on the outside. Tanj to sleep, down goes Atomic Andy. Well, goodness gracious me, looks like he doesn't know what day of the week it is now. He looks absolutely dead and buried, does Atomic Andy. Not into the stairs again. I have to wonder what count we're on. I've lost count onto a 6 count here. Andy reverses the Irish whip on the outside as Tanj slips, and then we're on a 7 count. Big back drive there. Can Andy get back in the ring? We're on an 8 count here. Are we on for a double count out? Atomic Andy trying to get back in the ring, up to a 9. Tanj slides in the ring. This is shorty giving it a count out. Andy's taken too long. 10, and Tanj gets the count out victory. Well, he did just about enough there. Andy will feel furious with that one. Lost focus, got caught up on the outside with the big fella, and Tanj gets the victory. Andy will claim that was a cheater's victory. He'll be asking, I'm sure, for a rematch. Tanj will not care. There you go, points to the sky, #1 contender. That's going to be him, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to see if the CEO steps in and says, no, you're going to have to redo it. No countouts here. I don't want any questions about who's our #1 contender. Well, we'll have to see if we get any fallout from that, ladies and gentlemen. Join us next time for more thrilling KEW action. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.